Photograph servants and labourers. These could voyage overseas, laid down tools familiar as fingerprints, sickles, scythes, elm-handled mattocks, hoes, pitchforks, letting traces drop, gentling then stabling mares with fond goodbyes, letting go mothers, sisters, sweethearts, wives, and if some visiting worthy shaking hands pontificated on men's greater sacrifice, they might stare past, envision foreign lands, vague locations on a tinned fruit label, and if some poet stopped them, book in hand, asking who'd work the fields, they'd shake heads, saying he might go too. And after all, there being no tally stick to measure futures, what bogger knew? You'll own me as the girl they left behind, though not one chorused in the music hall, but ashen, waiting, ready to dig rich earth. You'll study sepia prints, no girl in sight. They might stand semi-uniformed for off, cadets, territorials, snapped years before, the sort they'd form a pal's battalion from. A blurred hound, formed of nitrate, runs right past, ghost of a dog, confounding their sharp image, the one tear, breaking my face's earthbound symmetry. Groom and horseboy, they say, look in the master's head, it'd be a tack room. He's one'll die, reek of horse in his nostrils. Being senior, the head hand, any trouble, I won't go. Just have mounts ready for off. What becomes of those bred only for the field? Great names canter through my head, isinglass, Rowley Mile, whistle jacket. Once I was all for trotting into sunset, lone rider of the purple sage. That lad beside me's green as feed. He wants away. They wish him hero. He'll serve us all. In his head, old names will plunge like hoofbeats. Isinglass, Rowley Mile, whistle jacket. Hours always shone up, returned to stables usually none the worse. But yes, we've lost some in our time, watched a verdant world fade from their eye. Lads' eyes and horses, full of vim and hope. We share a grin, but he's all for the sergeant. I know, whatever coins tossed, my horseboy's gone for good, to race with whistle jacket, Rowley Mile, bold isinglass. The head gardener. Once, in a time that was no time at all, there lived a man whose lads grew sunflowers straight, all tended pea shoots, hollyhocks and lovelies bleeding. He oversaw nubs of cauliflower, fennel and love of growing. Once, in a time, seeming no time at all, he watched youth strolling copses, past secret-hearted lords and ladies. The man knew coaly horrors of the woods, watched on as Mr. Rumney baited badgers with his ratter Giorgio, watched on as poachers' gibbets got erected, filled with stoat, crow, weasels he'd looked to in the early morning fields, their russet flaring. His joy, pinching out seeds, seeing those chosen reach full height. Now he's told to oversee his garden empty. Winter early, lads' jackdaw chatter fading as they reach the copse edge, too bold to turn and wave a last goodbye. In this odd time, being no time at all. The Undergardener. Air swarming, voices, so much bonfire drift, or cinder pathways to our charcoal burner's hut. Their tones know just what's what, I, being junior, do not. In my head's hothouse, seed packets, Cooks, Suttons, Gilberts, all for man's delight. Passion flowers, zinnias pink as mapped territory. High shelves tin, seeds of empire. Test tubes within host kernels from places travelled by those intrepid as that Highlander on the coffee label. I'm not like that. Prefer Pikestaff plain packaging for cabbage, parsnip, fennel flavouring the master's trout. I begged the catalogues for our Tansy's scrapbook, seeing she cut them careful, blooms sectioned row on row, raised beds against gentian sugar paper. See, that scrappy dog's got out again, spoiling Mr. Adams' shot, no mistake. Tail, flag of truce. All smiley for a mutt, him daft as me. Scything at Southfields, circa 1910. Seems right. Our photographs faded, so they're viewed through mist. 3 figures on a board from 9 Men's Morris. Horse behind, stationary as a lead bay from a Britain's farm. Those scythe handles to hold form perfect elm curves, are works of art, holding places true, all burr cleared off old blades. If battle comes, 2 will be past recruitment, 1 might enlist, abandoning work trysts at dawn, scything ended by midday. A last cutting, trees seem bare branched, jackets thick and mufflers worn. Someone's overcoat lays on a wheel, the swathe seems scanty. 2 pause for the shot, 1 hasn't noticed, considering what's left to do. Let's follow them. Downing tools, gulping ale from marble stoppered bottles, toasting a health to the barley mow, breaking loaf and memories, hare pies and bottle kicks at Hallerton, rapper dancers leaping swords in the windmill's yard. Later there's blades to peen, the long hall back, beside, behind the cart. Found poem from italicized words in Scything at Southfields, circa 1910. Viewed through mist from a Britain's farm, 2 are old, past recruitment, 1 might enlist at last. Overcoat seems scanty. Pause, let's follow. Downing tools from the memories, bottle kicks and dancers. Later, long haul back, behind the cart. Footman. What gnaws my gut like hunger after a nesh walk? That coming in when all I want's to beg or steal a bit of raised pie from the pantry. Cook knows I shan't resist her crust and jelly, teeth testing for shot. The master's glad-handing, greatcoat swinging, cheery word for each, somehow avoids my eye. Here's funny thing, I've never envied them. Cold meals on warm plates, folk who turn up hunt on hunt, small talk's wrong-timed clock chiming. What is it scrapes my innards as mole's claws thrusting earth, knowing himself next for the poacher's gibbet? If I'm gone east away, will the parlour maid recall me, that girl with corn dolly plaits? Mary I call her, teasing. Mary, will you remember? Mary.